Hello everyone, now in this video I will let you know how to make your own personal computer using Raspberry Pi board. Isn't that a new thing? Hey wait, it is a new thing because in this video I will not only let you know what accessories are needed to make a personal computer out of that credit card sized board, but in the end I will also share my experience of using that computer as a daily driver. Being a tech YouTuber, I need to do so many stuff on a computer, so all that stuff I'll be doing on that Raspberry Pi board, except editing the videos. Of course, I won't be editing in videos on that, but I'll be doing the stuff like researching about different projects, reading out blogs, watching YouTube videos, programming Arduino IDE boards, PCB designing, and if possible I'll also try photo editing in that. So these and many other tasks I'll be performing on that computer, and I will let you know is Raspberry Pi 4 board is a smooth computer for these all usage, because talking about my experience of Raspberry Pi 3B board, so on that board I was not at all able to play a full HD video smoothly. So it was a personal computer but not a smooth computer for daily usage. So let's test the latest and greatest Raspberry Pi 4B board as a personal computer for a tech YouTuber or a maker. So sit back and enjoy this journey. So talking about the CPU of this personal computer, then I'm using this high-end variant of Raspberry Pi 4B board in 4GB version. This is the latest and greatest board from Raspberry Pi Foundation. So I got this board from LCSC.com and I will leave the link for that in the description. I was getting a deal of $67 for this 4GB version, which I think is pretty reasonable as compared to all other websites. And there are also other variants available on that website, so you can choose the board according to your need and your usage. But I would like to give one suggestion here. If you want to make a personal computer out of this board, and don't go for 1GB version, it won't be that much smooth. Opt for 2GB or 4GB, okay? So that's my personal suggestion. Still, you can use any of the board according to your need, your usage. Then talking about this board, then I do have this board with me, but still I can't use it, or I can't even power it up because of one manufacturing fault by the foundation. And that fault is with the USB Type-C connector. Now all the Raspberry Pi users must be knowing that this is the first time ever Raspberry Pi have introduced a Type-C connector in their boards. So as it was their first time, they had a single mistake while making this board, and with that mistake all the commonly available USB Type-C connectors won't work with this, Raspberry Pi board. Taking example of the USB Type-C cable of my MacBook Pro charger, so I attached that cable, but this board didn't react to that cable because all the commonly available cables are electronically marked cables or E-marked cables, and this board only supports non-E-marked cables. So maybe your phone charger, maybe your laptop charger are electronically marked and they won't be working with this particular board. So I need to find one non-E-marked cable, and for that I just went to internet and I researched about it, and I found one website on which one guy have tested several Type-C connectors with this board and gave his review on which worked and which didn't work with this board. Out of them, one was from Amazon Basics. So I went on to Amazon.in and ordered my own Amazon Basics Type-C USB cable, which I will be getting by tomorrow. Okay. So until all accessories arrive, let's just try to flash OS on this micro SD card, which I already have with me. So let's just jump to the computer and flash the OS. So after inserting the SD card on the computer, you need to open this app called SD Card Formatter. The link of this particular software is available in the description of this video. Open it, select your SD card, click on this format button, click continue. Okay, so SD card is completely formatted. Now we need to download the image file of the OS. For that we need to go to the official website of Raspberry Pi, which is raspberrypi.org. We'll go to downloads. So now we'll go inside this Raspbian option, and here is the latest OS called Raspbian Buster. So they have developed the new OS for the new hardware called Raspbian Buster. So I will download this particular file with the desktop version, as we need to make a computer that should have a UI. So I will recommend this for making your personal computer. Now I already downloaded this Raspbian Buster on my system. So I will open one app called Etcher, whose link is also available in the description of this video. So you just need to open that software, select image file you just downloaded on your system. So I'll select that image file, click open. Now here we need to select the SD card, which is already selected in my case, and simply click on this flash button. Okay, so it started flashing the OS onto the SD card. So this is all you need to do for flashing the OS into the SD card. Now after the OS gets successfully flashed, just insert that SD card into the Raspberry Pi board, power it up, plug in the monitor and use it as a personal computer. But still I need to wait for one day to get all the accessories delivered at my home. So I will pause the video here and let's continue this video tomorrow. Hello everyone and welcome to the day 2 of this journey, and today I have received all the accessories which are required to make the personal computer out of that credit card size board. So I will one by one show you all the accessories which I got. So first and the most important thing is this USB Type-C cable from Amazon Basics. And the good news is that this cable actually worked with the Raspberry Pi board. So this is non-E marked cable, and I bought it from Amazon, and I will leave the link for this in the description so you can use this wire with the Raspberry Pi board. And other than cable, I also ordered this power adapter from Motorola, which can deliver up to 3 amperes of current and which is required by the Raspberry Pi 4B board. Okay, so this is the thing which I ordered. Other than this, I also ordered this micro HDMI to HDMI connector, or we can say a cable. So one side is micro HDMI and other side is the regular full size HDMI. So this also I ordered from Amazon. So the last thing which I ordered is this Raspberry Pi 4B case along with the cooling fan. Now if you are using it as a personal computer, then it is recommended to use the cooling fan because this Pi board heats up a lot. So yeah, I ordered this also from Amazon, and this case was not delivered in this assembled format, rather it was delivered in a kit form on which we need to assemble different parts and attach the fans and everything we need to do by our own. So I just assembled it, and yeah, this is the case with the Raspberry Pi. So this is how it looks. Now talking about the monitor, mouse and the keyboard, now that thing I was already having at my studio, so I didn't order that. But I will leave the link for all the accessories which I am using right now in the description of this video, so you can get those things which I am using currently. Okay, so let's just assemble all the accessories, boot up a Raspberry Pi and see this in action. Now as everything is assembled, let's just insert this SD card and boot up our Pi. So I'll insert the SD card here. Okay, so SD card is inserted. I will turn on the switches and let's see this in action for the first time. Okay, so Raspberry Pi powered on. Okay, so the monitor is also powered on, and yeah, it started up. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it booted up. Okay, so till now it really felt like I'm using a desktop computer, as it was asking for the initial setup, you know, setting the time zone, and changing the password. Then right now it's updating the software, so it really feels like I'm using a desktop computer. Let's see what happens further. Okay, so the Raspberry Pi successfully booted up after some configurations. Now let's just do the basic update and upgrade of packages first. So we'll open the terminal. We'll type as sudo apt get update. Oh, update, yeah. So these two commands are necessary before using any Raspberry Pi board, just to make sure all the packages inside it are up to date. Okay, that's completed. Let's sudo apt get upgrade, enter. Okay, so Y, enter. So this will take some time, updating this, updating and upgrading the packages. It took a lot of time because of the slow internet speed. So yeah, but right now all the packages are updated and upgraded. So let's just move on to installing another photo editing software. While researching on internet, I found that there is one software similar to Photoshop called GIMP in this for this Raspberry Pi. So I'll first of all install that software because it will also take some time. So let's just do that first. So GIMP is a photo editing software for Raspberry Pi, and I will be using that here because, as I told, I will be using Raspberry Pi as my daily driver, and on a daily basis I need to edit photos for my YouTube thumbnail and any of the circuit designing and everything like that. So I'll be using that also in this. So by tonight I'll be testing all the things on the Raspberry Pi, like streaming YouTube videos, web browsing, photo editing, coding, circuit designing and everything. So let's just stop this video here and I will see you tonight, and let's see how the performance of this Raspberry Pi board. See you. Now the first thing which will annoy you after installing or booting up this version of Raspbian Buster is that the wireless mouse response is very slow, and it is not only with this particular wireless mouse. I tried 3 different wireless mouse, and in all that wireless mouse I'm getting this much slow response, right? So the response is not quick, and it's very slow. So I researched on the website and found that we need to add one line in the command line txt file to solve this issue. So let's just move on to that terminal and edit that file, and let's see if that works or not. So here we need to write one line as usbhid dot mouse pole is equal to 0. Control X, then Y for yes, enter. Let's just reboot and test it. Sudo reboot. So yeah, that thing really worked. The response is much faster than before. So let's just move to the desktop computer and do our daily stuffs. Okay, so I'm performing a couple of tasks on my Raspberry Pi. So let's see how's the temperature without the fan and what's the temperature with the fan. So let's have a look. So right now I'm watching a full HD video on the background, and side by side I'm also downloading the ESP32 boards packages on my Arduino IDE, and the temperature without the cooling fan right now is 73 degrees Celsius. Now let's just insert the cooling fan and let's see how the temperature drops down. And by the way, the performance is quite smooth till now. Let's see the temperature. As you can see, the full HD video is playing on the background. The downloading is still in progress, and if I observe the temperature with fan, then temperature dropped down to 54 degrees Celsius. So earlier without the fan it was 73, and now with cooling fan the temperature dropped down to 54. So it's way more better to use a cooling fan along with this Raspberry Pi 4B board for much smooth experience. Okay, so one thing which I'm getting a problem with is that these are the Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth bone phones. So what I did is I just tried to connect this with the Raspberry Pi board. It gets successfully connected, successfully paired. I even selected the output device as this bone phones, but I'm not getting audio inside this. But rather if I attach this in this headphones, this wired headphones and analog pin, and I'm getting the voice here, getting the sound here. I don't know what the issue is. I will try to look at this issue, and if I get any solution, I will let you know. Stay tuned. So I just designed a small PCB with the Node MCU high link power supply, resistor LED with 2, 3, 4 tabs open in the background, and the experience was quite smooth. I realized that using a mouse is a better option for designing a PCB, because earlier I was used to design the PCB on my laptop, so I found mouse very convenient to design it. Talking about the PCB designing experience, it was quite nice, quite smooth. There was a very little lag. I can say very little lag. It is kind of negotiable for most of the people, but as I used to design the PCBs regularly, I kind of noticed a small lag, like clicking and opening that stuff. It's a very small lag, but it is negotiable. So the performance of PCB designing was good, nice. So until now I'm getting a quite nice smooth experience with this Raspberry Pi board. Let's see what happens with the further tests. Okay, so now just do another test, and in this test I will download one video from my YouTube channel and will re-upload that video. So this is how we can test the download and upload speed which comes under this Raspberry Pi board. So let's just download the video first. So the downloading is started. It's downloading at pretty fast speed. Okay, so the video is of 76 MB and right now it's 14 MB already downloaded. So till the video gets downloaded, let us check out some of the tweets. Okay, the Twitter is open, but yeah, the video is already downloaded. So let's just put this Twitter aside and upload this video on my YouTube channel. So I'll go to youtube.com. I'll click here to upload, and the video was this. Okay, it's of 80 MB. So it's downloaded pretty fast, I think. So video started uploading, and oh, I'm also getting amazing uploading speed. It's like 6 and 7% already uploaded right now. It's just showing 2 minutes to upload the whole video. So here guys, the download and upload speed test is complete, and I got pretty amazing response here. It's like I was not feeling I'm using a Raspberry Pi board. It just felt like I'm using my MacBook Pro only because the speed was that much amazing. So I didn't find any lag in between. I was using the Twitter on the other side. The video was uploading on one side. There were already 4 to 5 tabs open on the Chrome and everything was pretty amazing. So it is passed for uploading and downloading speed test. Now let's just go to another test of making a video thumbnail. Let's try it out. So for that, I already downloaded this software called GIMP, which is available in the graphics section. So this is the software called GIMP, and in this I can make or edit the photos. So I will try to make a basic thumbnail out of it because I don't know how to use it. So I will just explore all the tabs and try to make a very basic thumbnail. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, this is the basic thumbnail which I made using Raspberry Pi. It took me so long because I was not knowing how to use this software. It was first time for me, and for the first time I did pretty well, I think. And I was able to make this because I know how to use Photoshop, because most of the tools here are similar to the Photoshop and the commands are also similar. So I was able to make this basic photo. But what I think, if a guy or a girl knows how to edit photos on GIMP or how to use this GIMP software, maybe can make better thumbnails than this using this Raspberry Pi system. So the only thing which I faced a problem in this particular software was the images opening were a bit slow. Like images were opening in the pixelate form and there's a loading bar below. So for opening 1 MB image also, it takes a time of around a half a second or 1 second maybe. It opens in the pixelate format. So that means the processing is slow. Talking about the Raspberry Pi, the processing of the software or the images is very slow. So in the editing process, there are a lot of functions running in the background. It requires a lot of power from processors. So my conclusion for editing photos on a Raspberry Pi came is, it's pretty average. It's not worst. You can edit it, but it's not the smooth or not the best. It's an average one. You can edit photos with a little lag here. But yeah, you can do that stuff here as well. But it's an average. Okay. So that was the conclusion for photo editing. Then now the last step or the last test for my Raspberry Pi 4 board is to program the Node MCU boards. Okay, so I used to make many projects in the Node MCU and ESP32 boards. So what I will do, I will upload a sample program using the Arduino IDE on my Raspberry Pi board on my Node MCU board. Now I already installed the Arduino IDE on my system by following the commands from this website. I just followed all the commands from this website and I was able to run Arduino IDE on the system. And the process to get the ESP8266 and ESP32 board packages is similar to what you have done before in your Windows or Mac system. You just need to go to preferences, paste the link, go to the boards and install the boards packages. It's pretty common. So you just need to follow some of the steps in the terminal to install Arduino IDE in the system. I already installed, so I will just test out some of the example programs on the Node MCU board. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the Arduino IDE, which looks similar to what you have observed till now. So everything looks pretty same. Now we'll just go to tools and select the board which I already selected as a Node MCU 1.0, and the port is also selected as the USB 0, which is this Node MCU board. I will open some example code. Maybe I will upload one of the example which is already available here. So let's upload the Wi-Fi scan example, as we just need to test is the process of uploading programs onto this board similar to any other desktop computer or not. So let's just test that out. So here is the Wi-Fi scan example code. We'll just simply upload this code. We don't need to change anything here. Okay. So it started compiling. It took a bit more time as compared to the other systems for compiling and uploading as well. So it's still uploading. And now it's done uploading. So let's just open the serial monitor and see if it is working or not. So the baud rate is set and scan started, and yeah, the code is working as it normally does. Okay, so the process of uploading code using Arduino IDE is very similar to any of the desktop computer you are using right now. You can download the board packages in the similar manner. You can install the libraries in the similar manner. So there is no difference in programming the boards using Arduino IDE with the help of Raspberry Pi board. So Raspberry Pi board passed with this test as well. Okay. So I think every test is done. Now let's move to the conclusion. Can Raspberry Pi 4B board replace a desktop computer for a techie or a maker person? And I was not thinking to give this answer, but it's yes from my side. I mean, why not? I can edit or design PCBs on it. I can make programs on it, upload it easily as I do on my MacBook Pro. I can stream YouTube videos. I can stream YouTube videos with a number of tabs already open on the background. I can do that. I can upload the video. I can download the video very easily, very fast, very smooth. And the only thing which I can't do is like editing the photos on it. It's still pretty slow. I can edit it, but it's little, frustrating for me because I was used to edit photos on the Photoshop on my MacBook Pro, and I even don't know how to use GIMP. So it's pretty frustrating for me to use that new software in that little slow system. That's why I can't edit photos on it. Otherwise, if I know how to use the software, maybe I can edit the photos on that as well. So everything I can do, I can write script on it. Yeah, I just missed that autocorrect feature in that. So everything which I do daily, I can do that on the Raspberry Pi board. So why not to use that instead of a regular Windows desktop? Yeah, so I will be using this system at techiesms studio daily. You can visit anytime this studio and you will be finding that Raspberry Pi board running with all the basic functionalities. But still the answer will be no for the non-techie persons out there, because Raspberry Pi, the OS of the Raspberry Pi is not that much user friendly. Okay. For example, if we need to download any software, we need to update the system, we need to open the terminal, type some commands, and a non-techie person is not used to that black windows and writing the command in that black window. A non-techie person won't prefer that. Okay, so I will suggest to buy a normal basic desktop computer to a non-techie person, and if you are a techie person, then Raspberry Pi is way more better than a desktop computer because you can do your projects as well on that board. You can attach the web camera, you can do face recognition, you can use GPIs to make robots, IoT, Internet of Things, anything you can make out of that Raspberry Pi board, which you can't do that in the normal desktop computer. Okay, so this was my conclusion on can Raspberry Pi replace a computer or not. So yeah, ending this video here. I hope you got to know so many things about Raspberry Pi 4B board in this video and got to know so many answers of your questions. So before ending the video, let me show you what is a Diwali gift for you. Yes, I have arranged a small giveaway for this video, a gift for one of my subscribers this Diwali. So what's that gift and how to participate? Let's have a look. So first of all, the gift of the giveaway is this Raspberry Pi 3B board. Yes, I'll be giving away this Raspberry Pi 3B board to one of the winner of this giveaway contest. Now, how to participate in this giveaway contest? It's very simple. First of all, you need to be the subscriber of my channel, which I think you already are. If not, then do subscribe it right now. Second thing, you need to follow me on Instagram, whose link is available in the description. And you need to also follow LCSC Electronics, whose Instagram link is also provided in the description of this video. Just follow both of them on Instagram. Then what you need to do is you just need to share the thumbnail of this video, which is posted on my Instagram account. Just share that video in the Instagram story, mention techiesms and mention LCSC Electronics there in that story and post it. This is all you need to do to participate in this giveaway contest. I will be selecting a random winner on 31st of October and I will ship this Raspberry Pi 3B board to that winner. So yeah, this was all about the video and this was all about the surprise gift. So with this, I'm ending the video. I wish all my subscribers and viewers a very happy and a safe Diwali. So yeah, just wait for my next one and then explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.